Hello, this is Fancy. I'm a fighter of Numenor. I have been fighting for about 2 years, and I go by she, her, and I'm interviewing this lovely person about their classes. It's exciting. You want to introduce yourself?
Well, hello. Should probably start with Master Berenor for this one. I'm a master of the Seneschal's Guild. If you don't know much about the guilds, please come up to me at camp. This isn't that interview, but I'd love to talk to y'all about the guilds. I'm also a squire. Uh, my pronouns are he, him, his. Been doing this thing for about 10 years. Technically, I'm a fighter, but if any of you know me, you probably don't see me on the field. You see me at camp or running on the field because one of y'all hurt yourselves. I'm looking at you, Finn.
Yeah.
Finn is my best patient.
Finn as in Finn Gulfin, or is this a different Finn?
Not Finn Gulfin.
Uh,
Finn, they're a sword brother. I can't remember what their large last name is, but
as
they
long as
sing
it's a different
Toss
Finn.
a Coin to Your Witcher.
Ah, okay.
Every bardic ever.
All right, so we're going to be talking about all the different classes that you're going to be running this year at Oktoberfest, and you have quite a few. If you want to talk about what each one is.
Yep. So I'm doing beginner judo for Buildign. That'll be on Saturday morning. These are not in any good order, but Saturday morning with my master from the mundane world who teaches me judo every day, well, every week. Master Glam, he'll be coming. Then from Goodwill to Glam will be with a fellow ranger and one of the sergeants of my unit, Saywin. She has her own sewing business, so she's going to be lending her expertise from Goodwill to Glam. And then how to build a first aid kit. I'm a master seneschal primarily for first aid stuff. And then I'm also a combat medic in the National Guard of the Mundane World. So I've got a little experience.
Yeah, it sounds like you're well versed in all of the different things garb, helping people when they're hurt, and then, of course, food. I know you're good at making food too.
Yeah, that's what we've tried to. The tree's always meant, and then we started in Dagger here a long time ago, and that had its multiple fires that tore it apart. So we're here now, and we just want to let everyone know what the tree means, which we'll get into that.
Okay, great. So we'll just start with some basic icebreaker questions, going over different parts of basically each class. So, what are some clothing that you have taken yourself and revitalized that you use that you've gotten from Goodwill?
So I can hear Saylon screaming at me all the way from Indianapolis, but I love using tablecloths. So this is one. It's a cloak made out of a tablecloth for my fiance Brett Gill, a little elvish cloak. Or I have this. We think it was from a really bad motel. We had to wash it multiple times. But we have a really fancy cloak. It's gigantic, enormous, but made that from some of Goodwill. I've made I make tunics whenever I have the money. I'll go buy a polo and the thing, bias tape, and I can make a tunic out of an extra large polo for anybody. Shirts from tablecloths, tabards from shower curtains, vests from dresses, so much stuff.
Ah, great. And are there any like spectacular, I guess you could call them white whale finds that you've ever just come across on for Goodwill?
Glorious curtains. Sorry, I had to just make Salem mad again. But no, we found like chests and drinking vessels. I'm known for like two things. One is my big hat, like object wise, and one is I have this wooden mug with me everywhere. I don't have it now, it's packed up, getting ready for Okfest hype. But found that there, and a bunch of shiny items for trade. If you want to see those, I'll be taking to the Barbarian Trading Post at Okfest.
Oh, that's exciting. So, what sections do you recommend people to look in the most when going to Goodwill that you found good garb options in a lot of times?
All right, so I have a route, right? So every Goodwill I go to, and one of my other sergeants, Phelan, hates this. He's a little more go with the flow. He wants to explore the space. I have a set order to go to, so we take turns on who gets to choose what we're doing. But when I go to the dresses. I look for, because not just for femme presenting characters, but even for masked and non-binary characters, you can cut dresses to make almost any kind of garb you see out there, cut and sew them in different ways. Then I go to women's shoes. That's where I found my leather-looking women's shoes size gigantic. Um, and like skirts and pants, because you can put like a woman's skirt, as long as it's one of the more flowy summer spring ones, under any layer, mask or fem, and it just adds another layer to it. And there's also, I go to the curtains and tablecloths, obviously for cloaks. I go to dishes, the metal dishes where I get shinies for trade and stuff. We have a whole bunch of drinking vessels for loan at our camp when people come in, and books. We actually have a small library at our camp, so we like collecting books every time, because at big events like Okfest, we have what we call Ranger Lazy Day, where we do nothing but just chill in camp. So books are good for that.
Okay, cool. And this will be for, of course, the other class, which is on judo. For judo, is there something in that you recommend people to focus on learning the most when they first start?
How to fall. Chumbawamba said it best, prophet of our era. I get knocked down, but I get up again. And then I get knocked down, and I get up again. Repeat ad nauseam, but all joking aside, it is the most important fundamental of judo, is how to fall. That's the main reason why I did this. It's not to make you, we will do some throws to make you a better grappler, but it's all about keeping yourself safe. That's the most important part. And also how to safely control your opponent to the ground. One, that's part of the rules. And two, like, if me and you fight and I throw you to the ground, I still want you to come by camp later and have a drink and tell stories and all that jazz. I don't want to break you in half, especially because I'm also probably the person who'll be helping treat you medically if it's not at Okfest, if it's Geddon or another event where I am medical staff. So Okfest, I'll be a little less afraid because I won't have to fix you. But I do want.
Hopefully.
I am kidding, but no, I do want everybody to be safer when they throw each other around.
Okay. And what is your favorite part of judo or about judo?
Learning to defend myself while doing the least harm.
Does judo use a lot of like hand weapons like some other martial arts? Is it just mostly hands and body?
Judo uses no weapons. It is a grappling martial art. There are no strikes unless they are to set up a throw. Someone told me it is the art of folding clothes with people inside them. But no, it's all about redirecting someone else's energy that's coming towards you in a different direction. So it's for all ages, all physical abilities, all strength levels. One of the worst, not worst, one of the best, but hardest for me people I've ever fought was, she was training at our judo class. She was a 13-year-old girl. She was like maybe 4'5" on a good day. She wasn't that strong. She just had perfect technique because she studied every single day. She threw me around like Jack throwing around his pants.
Well, that would be a sight to see.
It was embarrassing, to say the least.
Very humbling, I'm sure. You have a new sensei now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, what or how does judo help you in other areas of your life personally?
Well, it helps me stay fit. Like, I'm getting older. Joints aren't what they used to be, so a lot of it is stretching and everything else like that. So it helps me stay fit. Also, it's Indiana. We get snow. We get ice. And this has saved my bacon multiple times falling on ice. Just having the instinct of slapping the ground and tucking my chin saved me from getting a little bit of Dane Bramage when my head almost hit the ground.
Ah, well, I'm sure I could use that in Illinois. You know, we get snow here too.
It's very useful. Literally during winter months, we all come to judo class talking about how we use judo falls to save ourselves the week before.
That's funny. So this will be about your third class. There's some questions here. What do you think is the most versatile supply that somebody could include in their first aid kit?
Ace wraps, gauze, and tape. Can fix almost anything with those three things.
Okay. And are there normally expirations on specific supplies that are included in first aid kits that people would be unaware of?
Everything does expire that says sterile on it. So a lot of things that they're unaware of, like your triple antibiotic ointment, medications, which I cannot administer medications because I'm an EMT. But a lot of you guys, since you're not EMTs in your own camps, can do it. But those expire. Look up online because there's actually different studies that'll say, hey, if it's expired, it's just less good. So just once a year during the winter month, if you have a first aid kit, open it up, check it out, see what's up.
Okay. And then what reasons would you recommend somebody to build their own first aid kit versus buying one that's already put together?
It's customizable. Like in our sport, we need more ortho, as we call it, or orthopedics, so bones, joints, and muscles injuries. So a lot of ice packs and ace wraps, your little Band-Aid brand first aid kit is great for scrapes and small cuts, but it has none of that stuff, maybe one ice pack. We also need more wound dressing, gauze and self-adherent wrap, stuff like when you donate blood that only sticks to itself. Because a lot of times we'll get cuts that are just slightly bigger than a band-aid, or they're not even that deep, but they're just long. So you just need gauze so you can cut it to the right size to fit what you need.
Okay. So
And it's cheaper. Like if you get the self-made kit, you'll end up not using parts of it ever. It'll just be taking up space, and then you'll keep replacing and upgrading. Just start with what you want.
okay. And then where people would find those things just basically at a normal grocery store or retailer, or is there one in
I
particular you
use
recommend?
You can get them at grocery stores. You can get them at Walmart, stuff like that. I get a lot of my stuff off Amazon. The only thing I never recommend getting off Amazon is tourniquets, because as I'll cover in my class, those have a lot of physical stress on because you're turning them. You want to make sure they're from a reputable supplier.
Okay, cool. And then, of course, you're going to be having all three of these classes at Oktoberfest. And when people come, does anyone need to bring anything for any of those classes that you'd recommend?
Yeah, so for the Goodwill, from to Goodwill to Glam, need any project you want to work on. We're not going to have time to actually work on the projects, but we can project plan with you, give you some tips, tricks, ideas. You can put it on, and we can show you, hey, maybe take some in here. And bring questions. Always bring questions to any class you go to. It really gives us a lot of energy as class instructors to get questions at the end. It shows that you really want to learn from us. And sorry, it's hard for me to see right now. So judo, just bring a good attitude and durable guard. You're gonna be grabbing your guard and throwing you around. So it needs to be durable guard. And no armor. No armor to the judo class. And first aid. Any kits that you want advice on, you can open them up. I can say, hey, I'd recommend replacing this, or this looks good. One blade I'd improve it is doing this.
Okay. And then is there a fee for any of the three classes you'll be doing at all?
Yes, you must bring a good attitude.
That's the fee. Must.
Yep.
No bad
Good
attitudes. You get kicked out.
You will.
All right. And then what do you want people to leave feeling at the end of all three of these classes?
Sorry, I saw animal. I got distracted. Hello. But no, Goodwill, the Goodwill class, that good guard is attainable, regardless of your price point, right? Also for judo, that grappling can be safe and fun. And then the first aid kit, that having one is important, and you are able to build it yourself. You don't need to be a combat medic or a doctor or a nurse to be able to build a first aid kit that you can use.
Okay. And then, of course, it sounds like there's definitely going to be class participation with the judo, but is there a lot of class participation with the other ones?
I will agree there will be a heck of a lot of participation in judo. I might get Chumbawamba to play it because we're going to be falling for at least 20 minutes. There's many different ways to fall, but no. So for the Goodwill to Glam, any projects that you want workshopped or send notes on. And good news, you can get that kind of stuff at the Thrift Exchange, which I'll go over in another interview. But at the place where the class is, you can actually look around, pick something up, and that can be your project. All
Okay.
three. And then first aid kit, if you bring something that I can critique on, that's a bit of class participation. I'll be also asking what your individual unit stuff is. Like, if you're a heavy armor unit, you might need more of this or that. And yeah.
Okay. Well, great. Well, thank you very much for talking to me about all three of the classes that you'll be having. It sounds like you have quite a diverse array of classes, and it sounds like a lot of them are very people oriented, getting the people involved. So that's exciting to hear. And then I hope that you have a wonderful time at this year's Oktoberfest, and I hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you soon.
All right, take care.